Good morning, my amazing things. Welcome back to the Cavern of Secrets. Since I've been discussing satanic cults and killers, I figured why not delve into Satanism. I don't know much about the faith, as I mentioned in previous videos, so I figured why not educate myself on the topic. Maybe this will also help clarify some things for some of you that may not know anything about this either. To the new subscribers, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. For those of you who are new, click that like and subscribe buttons to share your support and become a thing today because, well, it's such a great group. I promise. Most of the public view of Satanism is dangerous and sadistic. And I will admit I have seen some horrifying things on satanic forums, so I thought the same thing. Some people do atrocious things because of what the public has taught them about Satanism. It's no different than paganism or Wicca. Some people do actually worship Satan in paganism and Wicca because of what society has taught them from the very beginning, I guess you could say. However, the truth about modern-day Satanists is that they're non-violent activists who perceive Satan as a symbol of resistance against arbitrary authority. The version of Satan worshipped by organizations like the Satanic Temple and the Church of Satan is the one introduced in John Milton's 1667 epic poem Paradise Lost, which depicts Satan, also known as Lucifer before his fall, as a charismatic anti-hero that rebels against heaven and pays for it. Kind of like Hades did with Zeus. But we're not talking about that. Maybe in another video. The poem suggests that Lucifer is driven out not just for his lust for power, but his desire to acknowledge his own individuality. And I will say, I don't blame him. It's better to be an individual than conform to what everyone else is like. Just saying. During the Age of Enlightenment, it called into question the Christian worldview, and fascination with God's traditional adversary grew with that. Satan came to symbolize not just individualism, but also rebellion against an incompetent or unjust authority, figure, or entity. Conventional religion preaches selflessness and conformity, whereas Satanism champions tolerance and freedom of expression, which I think is much better. The Church of Satan has a tenet that states indulgence instead of abstinence, which might sound like people should just indulge in their carnal desires, which kind of is what that means, but it also implies that people shouldn't be ashamed of their sexuality or who they are. Embrace it. The Satanic Temple also has a tenet that states one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will, which basically translates to my body, my choice, which, in my opinion, is exactly what that should be. Satanic groups disagree with the conventional religion of turning the other cheek. Instead, the Church of Satan calls for its followers to enact vengeance, which does not mean to enact violence. Instead, it's a call to action to address the wrongdoings rather than suffer in silence. The Satanic Temple has been adamant in its support for women's reproductive rights. The Satanic Temple is also a strong ally for the LGBTQ+ community. They have fought for the rights of their members when the government has tried to impede on civil liberties, even state as well, not just feds, but state too. I kind of find it admirable and interesting how different it is compared to what I've heard and seen. As some say, the few do not count for the many, which can be hard to distinguish, and sometimes the few makes you think that the whole is the same. Instead, you gotta kind of talk to people and see how they are. I'm friends with Satanists, and they are very kind and accepting, more than the Christian friends I've had or Christians I've interacted with. Yes, I feel that Satanism is a branch off of Christianity because they do believe in the devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call it. Whereas the majority of Wiccans and pagans do not believe or worship the devil, Lucifer, or Satan. So that's why I see it as a branch off. Some people don't, but that's just how I see it. However, I like how they are more accepting and less judgmental of others. They also don't seem to try and force their ideals onto others, which is a big plus. What are your experiences with Satanism or those who follow the satanic path? Let me know in the comments below. If you've experienced anything different, or if you are a Satanist, let me know what your beliefs are. I'm curious. Tonight I'll be trying something new. Original horror movies versus the remakes. Which is better? Find out tonight. If you don't want to miss it, click the bell icon to never miss a video. Tuesday, we're returning to Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I also just started paint pouring. I'm hoping to share some time-lapse videos of my process. I also am planning on starting my own business where I'll sell my creations. Stay tuned on when my store is up. I want to have a few pieces ready for orders so no one has to wait. You can just get it pretty quick. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around to the end. Have a relaxing weekend and take care until next time. Bye, everyone.